We could not have been here and gone this far on our own without the support of people. For us, the Ronald McDonald House has been a home away from home. About a year ago, our son took ill. He had this tummy pain and we all thought it was just a bug. We took him to a hospital. It was diagnosed as a cancer that was pretty rare, probably never diagnosed back home in Nigeria. We had to seek help. I just wanted to give him the best fighting chance ever, and that's what brought us to the United States. Our social worker linked us up with the Ronald McDonald House here in New York.
What the Ronald McDonald House does is we provide the social support and the social determinants of health. For example, housing, transportation to and from appointments, food, educational programs. Those are the social and socioeconomic issues that really promote health and healing.
We've been in the house for 5 months now, and it's been a very wonderful experience. We don't have to think of a number of things thanks to the house. Our basic concerns are taken care of. Not just that we are accommodated, they also feed us. Sometimes when we need to go to the hospitals, they provide transportation for us. Sometimes we don't get to see him. He goes to the playroom where he enjoys his video games, interacts with other kids.
I go downstairs to play, and I meet some people there and I play with them. It's nice seeing people being through the same thing as I have.
One of the things we've learned from this is that kids are very resilient. So if they have it in them, we just have to give them the little support they need. That's why we sacrifice everything just to be there for him. And I know it's the same for every other family.
When life throws things at you, you just stand up to it. There is no other way. Kids don't deserve to go through things like this. And you are placed as a parent to fight for them the best you can, however you can.
Despair is a choice. There are periods when you want to give up, but you push through it. For all the volunteers, for all those who make donations to the house, every dime they spend is really well utilized. Donating to a cause like this is really wonderful. We are in a better place today thanks to these donations and to these volunteers. Their time, their energy, the money goes a long way.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Skate with the Greats 2021. My name is Larry Gold, and it is my honor to be the host of this incredible event that has been running for over 27 years, benefiting the vital work of the Ronald McDonald House, New York. Unfortunately, we can't be together on the ice this year, but I promise that we will have an incredible show for you tonight with fantastic entertainment, a chance to see your favorite New York Ranger greats like you've never seen them before. And of course, the chance to support Ronald McDonald House, New York with your donations and by bidding on some awesome silent auction items. Just like a hockey game, we've broken tonight's program into 3 periods with some intermission entertainment from some of Madison Square Garden's favorites. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Managing Director of RBC Capital Markets and Ronald McDonald House, New York's Vice Chair-elect, Mr. Bobby Grubert, to welcome you to the show.
Thank you, Larry. We are thrilled to welcome everyone to the 27th annual Skate with the Greats. I've been lucky enough to be a board member for the past 11 years and have witnessed up close the special work that Ronald McDonald House does, keeping families close, providing a home away from home for the kids. We want to give a special thank you to Royal Bank of Canada for all the support for the house, especially this year, helping our charity partners get to the other side of this pandemic. Our purpose statement is helping clients thrive and communities prosper. And RBC is grateful to be able to sponsor the Skate with the Greats for the 12th year in a row. We want to thank all of our RBC colleagues. Thank you for all the emotional support, for the connection that you make with the families, for serving dinners, for the dedication of your time. And we will be back physically together at the house making connections with the kids and the families very, very soon. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We'd like to give a special thank you to Rod Joubert and Brian Leach. Amazing leaders, thank you for the partnership, for pulling off another amazing Skate with the Greats. We are now thrilled to announce we have raised over $500,000 and look forward to continuing to increase that throughout the night. With that, I will now turn it over to one of the all-time greats and one of our favorites, Mark Messier.
Hi everybody, it's Mark Messier. I hope you're all doing great, and I am so proud to be a part of the Skate with the Greats virtual show. I know what an amazing event it is, what an amazing cause for the Ronald McDonald House, and for all the people who have put so much time in over the years to make it such an amazing event. I hope we all have a ton of fun tonight, but more importantly, I hope we raise a ton of money. Take care everybody, cheers.
You're lucky it's virtual.
Hi, I'm Ruth Brown. I'm president of Ronald McDonald House, New York. Ronald McDonald House, New York provides temporary housing for families and children who need to access the most life-saving health treatment right here in New York City. COVID-19 has tested our organization in many ways, but throughout this pandemic, we've been able to keep our doors open, providing families with a seamless circle of support so that they can stay together, stay close to each other, and attend to the health care of that child. I want to say special thank yous tonight to our major donors and sponsors. First, Bobby Grubert and his team at RBC Capital Markets. They've kept this dream alive for this event for the last 12 years, and we are so thankful to them. I'd also like to give a special thanks to our major sponsors, Bloomberg Philanthropies, G3 Apparel, PwC, American International Group, and all of you for your support. Lastly, a big thank you to the New York Rangers organization, Garden of Dreams Foundation, its players, and our alumni greats. It's my pleasure to introduce my friend and colleague, Steve Bensinger, who is the chairman of the Ronald McDonald House New York Board of Directors. Steve, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for inviting us into your homes this evening. I'd like to welcome you to our 27th annual Skate with the Greats to benefit Ronald McDonald House, New York. This event has always been one of my favorites to both attend and support. For the past 12 years, the House has been fortunate to have an incredibly dedicated lead partner for this event, RBC Capital Markets. Each year, this event gets bigger and better, due largely to their efforts. We are so grateful that RBC and so many of its employees have not only financially supported our house, but have also spent countless hours volunteering for the benefit of our kids and their families. I'd also like to give a big thank you to tonight's event chair and Ronald McDonald House New York Chairman-elect, Bobby Grubert. Bobby, we appreciate your continued support and your endless dedication to our house and to the Skate with the Greats. The New York Rangers Greats have always been a special highlight of this event for so many years. Since its inception, New York Rangers Hall of Famers Rod Gilbert, number 7, and Brian Leach, number 2, have led the charge. As most of us know, their favorite part of the event is to bestow the status of honorary New York Ranger to a child living and staying at our beloved house. This special moment each year reminds us of how many amazing friends we have to provide priceless memories for our kids and their families. Although tonight's event, by necessity, is virtual, I know that you'll feel the same energy and enthusiasm tonight as you have in our past Skate with the Greats events. Many thanks again to all of you.
Well, hello Ruth, hello Steve. As you know, Skate with the Greats every year, we have a tradition that we present a jersey to a wonderful family for the child. And I want to, unfortunately this year, it's a little bit more difficult. We're going to do it virtual. And so please, would you present this to the family yourself, Ruth?
Absolutely.
And make the child an official Ranger player. And we're so pleased to continue this tradition of Skate with the Greats. You have done so much for so many families. It's like very, very touching. And this is a special charity in my heart because I originated 27 years ago and we continue fighting for these families, for these kids. Ruth, Steve, thank you so much for delivering this very, very special jersey, making the family officially part of the Rangers family. And we'll see you on the Zoom.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Have a good day. We want to get our traditional New York Rangers jersey, and we're going to present it to this wonderful, wonderful boy, and his name is JJ, and he's with his family at the present time with Crystal, the mommy, and Abigail. And Brian, you usually do the honor of making him an official New York Rangers, and he's wearing the Rangers jersey. Okay, you take it off.
JJ, you're doing a great job. Crystal, Abigail, nice to see you. I'm very lucky to be able to be around Rod Gilbert, one of the greatest Rangers of all time. His numbers in the rafters, retired jersey, and he's done a tremendous job with the Ronald McDonald House. And I've been lucky to be a part of it with him, so we know the importance, of the family being together during these tough times and being able to be around the children that are going through these times. So to play a small part in it, for Rod and I as representing the Rangers, like we meet all these families and we keep our fingers crossed, and, they become part of our lives too. So to be a part of this again today is, I know, special for both of us.
Could you tell us a little bit about your experience of coming to New York and staying at the house?
Definitely. We've been coming to the house for 3 years. Jackson has a lot of rare illnesses that we were not able to get treated locally.
That was amazing.
The house has provided us with so much support. Like over the years, they've helped, Jackson cope with things. They were extremely helpful for me to navigate things. And they also have sibling programs. So for Abigail, enjoys going for teen nights and to be around other siblings. They have been such a great support in being able for us to be there all together when he has surgery out of the area. My kids had never been to a professional game before, and the house made it possible for us to go to 2 games over the years. And Abigail that was great. She loves you guys and she's a big fan. And Jackson, do you remember going to see them play hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did we go?
New York City.
Yeah. Where do we go when you go to the doctors in New York City?
What?
Your New York City.
What?
What do you call the Ronald McDonald House?
My New York City home.
Congratulations, JJ. Abigail, Crystal, thanks for being a part of today.
Really loud. Tell me, let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Arriving in New York City for the first time after the '88 Olympics was a blur. I hardly remember any of it. First game was a bit of a blur. I just couldn't believe I actually was putting the jersey on.
And one of my fondest memories coming in before I became a Ranger was when I was 14 years old on a school trip and looking at this huge city and all the buildings and thinking to myself, this is intimidating. And then I'm a Ranger for probably a month and a half, and it felt like home. You just get used to it so quick, and people were so welcoming. But that's what I remember. It's just larger than life.
I came in the best time of I think the last 25 years, 30 years. We were so powerful. We had the best team in the league.
There's nothing more satisfying, and you're nervous, and you come up in front of like 18,000 people, your first game, and you go out there and you score 2 goals, and you think you're really good.
Fun, it was whatever the older guys were doing. I was always the youngest guy when I came to New York.
We really did try to take in all that New York had to offer, whether it was restaurants, certainly concerts.
Well, was quite an avid dancer, so I enjoyed I got caught up going to the Studio 54 with the fans.
I would say halfway up, anywhere in the garden is a great place. You get to kind of feel the speed of the action, as well as being able to see the plays.
Sometimes I'm up in the eyebrow at the one end above the Ranger net, and other times I go down by the Zamboni gate, the referee's gate, with the Blue Crew, and I'll watch the game from there, just because you can really see the speed and skill and size, and it just captures the essence of the game.
I actually don't sit, I stand left of the New York Rangers net in the Delta Club, right on the corner. That's my favorite place because I'm closer to the buffet.
I would say Springsteen #1, followed by the Lion King #2, just because I went with the kids.
Everything from Phantom of the Opera to Cats, you go up and down the lineup. I've seen them all.
I'm not a fan of Broadway. I went to see Wicked. That's the only Broadway show that I fell asleep like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, my favorite movie is Slapshot.
Star Wars. That was my first movie I ever saw, was Star Wars when I was 7 years old in Toronto.
Rounders with Matt Damon. I watched that movie maybe 50 times.
Too many. I was a movie guy. Lived over a movie theater for all that time. I was in the same place on the Upper West Side.
Stockholm, Sweden.
Because I'm Canadian, I'd love to come to the U.S. My city is New York.
I'm getting soft in my old age, so anywhere that's warm right now. So between Florida and the Bahamas, it's an easy direct flight. I like getting out of the Northeast cold.
Game 7 against Vancouver at the Garden, 54 years, and the last 2 minutes of that game where the puck was iced like 5 or 6 times, and it seemed like 2 minutes took 20 minutes, and you could feel the everyone was in suspended animation. Frank Sinatra, singing New York, New York, and Garden crowd chanting, "We want the cup." You couldn't. The hair on the back of your head would stand up. Those are the special times you never forget.
Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals against Vancouver, because to win that game and to be a part of that team and to bring a championship to New York after 54 years was definitely the highlight for sure of my professional career. It's always an interesting reminder, just how fortunate, that I've been, and that there's a lot of people that it makes a difference. This fundraising and human connection and doing small things for a short amount of time, because I used to play a sport I loved and got paid for it and played in a high-profile place. It's kind of a humbling way to be reminded that, okay, you're lucky, and to be thankful, to give back wherever you can, whenever you can.
And I just love being part of New York and all of the the foundational work that people do. And Ronald McDonald House is a perfect example of that. I can't tell you how many great people I've met just at Skate with the Greats over the years, and people associated with that organization. And that's the cool part of being a New Yorker, the time that people put into causes.
There's so many great moments where some of the kids I've come to the house, and the hospitality of the house made them a bit better because they interacted with other children, and they feel like they're loved and taken care of. So, and the parents truly are in need of that kind of friendship and love, and it's just such a great cause, and I'm so privileged and blessed to be part of it. With the entire Rangers organization are behind it, and all these former players, well, they look forward to it every year.
What a great start to the show. Everyone just loves the jersey presentation to a family staying at the house. And we're so glad that we can continue that tradition this year. Well, we promised you some entertainment. And as you know, the New York Rangers call Madison Square Garden their home. So we thought, why not get the house band from the Garden for tonight's show? Here are Mike Del Judas and Mark Rivera from Billy Joel's band to get you into that New York state of mind.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mike Del Judas. I've been a member of the Billy Joel Band now for 7 years, and I'm so lucky to get to play with Billy at the Garden every month, the home of the New York Rangers.
Hi, it's Mark Rivera with the Billy Joel Band, and I'd like to thank the people at the Ronald McDonald House and the New York Rangers, and especially Madison Square Garden, where I've been performing for the last 40 years.
I'm so glad that I could be a part of this year's virtual Skate with the Greats event to help raise a ton of money for the Ronald McDonald House, New York. The support they offer for families that come to New York for cancer treatment is so vital, and I'd like to thank RBC Capital Markets and all those sponsors who have given so generously to benefit the house with tonight's performance.
Until we can be back at the Garden in person, I'm hoping you all keep the faith and send lots of peace and love. Be well.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood. Have a flight to Miami Beach or Hollywood. But I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. 'Cause I'm in a New York state of mind. Seen all the movie stars, the fancy cars and their limousines. Been high in the Rockies, under the evergreens. But I know what I'm needing, don't wanna waste more time. I'm in a New York state of mind. Was so easy, day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and blues. Now I need a little give and take. The New York Times, Daily News, oh. Comes down to reality, it's fine with me, 'cause I let it slide. Don't care if it's Chinatown or on a riverside. I don't have any reason, left them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. Was so easy living day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and blues. Now I need a little give and take. New York Times, Tuesday too. Comes down to reality, it's fine with me, 'cause I let it slide. Don't care if it's Chinatown or Oceanside. I don't have any reason, left them all behind. So I'm in a New York state of mind. I'm just taking a Greyhound on a Hudson River line. I'm in
I'm in a New York state of mind.
Do this blade long.
You're lucky it's virtual. I'll get you next time.
Every year we come together at this event to skate with the greats. And every year, through our generous sponsors and donors, we raise money for the vital work Ronald McDonald House, New York does for children and their families battling pediatric cancer. This is the reason we are here, and I'd like to introduce you to the Prosser family.
We're part of a club that nobody wants to be a part of, and we're on a journey that nobody wants to begin. You become a family, and all of a sudden, you can't see your world without them. My name's Rochelle Prosser, and my daughter Kayla is an 8-year-old with brain cancer. About 30 days shy of when they would call it from remission, her tumor started growing again. They were out of ideas, and so we came up here for a second opinion.
The definition of the Ronald McDonald House is the keeping families close tagline, and that's what we do. Our families at this house come from all over the world, and they're here because their child is ill. And this house keeps the family together and allows them to make memories together, even at the darkest of times.
It's a beautiful, serene place to come to. Every room is a suite where you can shut the door and find refuge. I can't tell you the amount of times where it was like, Kayla, we're going home. Go home where, Mom? Home to Miami or to the house? Because if it's home to Miami, I'm not going. But if I'm going to house, they have slime, they've got arts and crafts, or they're doing movie night, so I want to go there. They have 11 therapy dogs. For my daughter, reading is hard because processing is where her tumor is. Reading out loud, she gets self-conscious for it. But if she reads to a dog, the dog's not correcting her. It makes such a difference to that child's day to have the unconditional love, no matter how bad that day has been. If you can, whatever you can, give, because every single thing you give goes to the children. And something as silly as a fidget spinner can bring such a smile and a moment of joy and peace to that child. If you can't laugh at what's going on in life, it makes it unbearable. So I try to do whatever it takes to make my child laugh. You're fighting for your child's life. At the end of the journey, there could be a cure. There could be a healing. The wonderful thing about Ronald McDonald House is they never ask you for a bill, because the most important thing to them is you taking care of your loved one. And they want to find a way to make it as painless for you as possible.
What a powerful video. As you can see, Ronald McDonald House, New York needs your support to keep families close. And never have those words meant more than during these times. You can see the information where you can donate in the ticker at the bottom of the screen, and also bid on some incredible silent auction items, including opportunities to golf at Ranger Greats, Leach, and Matteau. Bobby Grubert will caddy for you, and many New York Rangers memorabilia by your favorite players. The auction link is below this broadcast window. The silent auction will close at 9 p.m. tonight, so please give generously. As part of tonight's program, we asked fans to record and submit some goal celebrations from home as part of our Skate with the Greats fan cam competition. Thank you to the hundreds of submissions, but there can only be one winner. Congratulations, Julian and Jax, winners of a custom New York Rangers jersey with their name on it. And here is their winning celebration. With only one period to go, it's time to get up off the couch and get moving. And who better to get you pumped up for the rest of the show than the most famous dancing fan at the Garden, Dancin' Larry. So let's dance.
Hey folks, how are you? Dancin' Larry here, the #1 New York Rangers fan, and I'm ready to rock to skate with the great to raise money for Ronald McDonald House. I want everyone to get off their couch right now and come dance with me. Let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers!
Let's get ready to rumble like we used to do on the ponds of Staten Island.
Lucky this is on a computer, or else I'm gonna get you next time.
Ladies, gentlemen, and hockey fans, welcome to the Madison Squares. Would you please welcome tonight's guests? In the top left square, the charming defenseman, Tom Laidlaw.
Everybody.
The prettiest Ranger of them all, Ron Duguay.
Hi everyone, Ranger World, what a great day to have a show.
And in the top right, the stoic, Ron Greshner.
I'm here to win.
Our sponsors, Jim Flanagan from PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Welcome, nice to see everybody. Let's go Rangers.
Chuck Ciccarelli from Amwins. And Samantha Sutton from G3 Apparel. All in the Madison Squares. Let's get started. The rules are quite simple. We'll have each one of our sponsors ask one of our Ranger greats a question, and we'll decide who gave the best answer.
Who was the toughest and who got in the most fights
And what was the best fight if they got into a fight?
All right. Well, that would be a fight. I'd have to go to a fight where I actually won. A lot of my fights were just breaking even. Because as you know, I was a model at the time. So I didn't want to hurt my nose. I didn't want to get all cut up and look like Tommy looks now. So I didn't get in fights where
he was a hand model.
Yes. And so I would pick my fights.
The only fight that Duguay won was his hairdresser.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I got a meeting at 12 o'clock.
Really?
Hey, will you guys let me finish? It's a good story.
I thought you were.
Okay.
So anyways, Dave Pullen jabbed me off the face-off. And so I said, you know what? You want to fight? Let's go. So sure enough, we fought. And you can Google this. Me, myself, Dave Pullen, I gave him a bloody nose. And that's one of the fights that if I was to ask someone or show someone a fight, I thought, I did pretty good in that one.
Wow. Good story, dudes.
Yeah.
It took him longer to tell the story than the fight lasted.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's a tie. It was Nick Fatile, the Staten Island boy, or George McPhee, pound for pound, one of the toughest guys I've ever seen.
One of my first years in the league, Nicky came in my third year, and we were playing against Philadelphia, and him and Paul Holgram had a fight. And I thought they were both punching the wall, and they were hitting each other's heads. And they think they threw about 25 punches each. And Nicky ended up knocking them down, and that was the start of the Nick Fatile, tough guy for the Rangers,
Samantha, who do you think had the greatest answer?
I think the best answer was Ron G. Because someone got knocked out. That's what I want to hear.
Nice.
Ron G. Circle gets your square.
I get the circle. I get the
circle gets your square.
Oh, I get the square. Okay, well, I get one of those.
All right, let's go to Jim Flanagan for our next question.
So I'm going to start with Tom. So Tom, where would you most likely go out, and who would you go out with after a game?
Well, back in the days, we used to go to Orrin and Areski's up on the Upper East Side, and pretty much the whole team was there. Well, Dukes would go someplace else. He was at Studio 54, hanging out with all his model friends. But the rest of us were all, now Dukes was with us, but we're all pretty much at the Orrin and Areski's, and everybody was there.
Ron, so who would be most likely to pick up the check?
Well, I'll put it this way here. It wasn't Tom and it wasn't the other Ron. So we'll leave it at that.
So Ron Duguay, so is it true that you weren't out with the boys? And is it also true you're out at Studio 54?
Well, I would start out with them just out of being a team guy. And at a certain point, once I hit my happy place, Studio 54, keep in mind, didn't really get going until about 11 o'clock at night. So there was a window there between 6 and 11 where I'd go do something. And Orrin and Areski's was one of the places I like to go to. Another place I like to go to was Il Vagabondo. The guys will remember that restaurant. It had a little bocce court in the back. So I would start out with them, and by 11 o'clock, I'd be in Studio 54 with my other friends.
That's a lie. You didn't have any other.
Jim, so who do you think gave us the best answer?
I'm going to go with Tommy Laidlaw in terms of what was going on and who was paying and how it all worked. So, there goes Tom with his hat. Never mind, Tom. I'm giving it to Gresham.
Tommy Laidlaw, X gets the square.
Yes, I got the X. How many does Duguay got?
Tom, you have 2 X's.
Let's welcome our sponsor, Chuck, from Amwins. Chuck, do you have a question for one of our Ranger greats?
Well, I would never want to insult anybody and ask them who the slowest skater was.
Yeah, again,
Contest. I was as slow as Chuck, but it didn't matter. I had the puck.
Who was the fastest in your group?
In our group, the three of us?
No, well, I mean the years you played for the Rangers. Who was?
Come on, guys, tell them.
Put it this way here. Tom was number 2.
Okay.
Was number 3. Then we'll figure it out from there. Square.
Duke, I hate to admit it, but Dukes was one of the fastest skaters. There's no question. And it does pain me to say that too, but I don't feel good saying that.
Who would have been faster than me? Who was faster than
Rayo
me?
Russelainen.
Yeah, okay, I guess you're right.
That's what,
yeah, Rayo's quick. That and Pavlich was pretty quick too.
Yeah, too. Who's slower than me?
I was.
Oh, that would have been Kotze.
Kotze.
Kotze. Chris Katsopoulos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sir Chuck, what do you think? Who got the best answer?
Well, Dukes did say Pav, and considering everything and how he was such a great player, so I'll go with Dukes.
Awesome. There we go.
About time. It's about time.
Yeah, our plan worked.
Dukes gets the square.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Chuck, for joining us and being on the
Thank
show
you.
today and asking some good questions.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys. It was great seeing you all.
Great job, Chuck.
Samantha, thanks again for being part of this crazy show. Thank you so much, Jim Flanagan from PwC. Thank you so much for all the work that you've done for Ronald McDonald House. We appreciate you having us on the Madison Squares here today and filling up the squares and doing a great job with these guys. So thank you again, Jim.
Thanks so much, Larry. It's great. The Rangers have been awesome for 25 plus years to do this event. So the thanks really goes to the Rangers, the Ranger organization, and the guys with us today to help the house and the kids. That's what all this is about. So thanks so much, guys.
Great job, Jim. Thank you.
All right.
You know, we're all ex-teammates at one time or another, and we love the Ronald McDonald House and want to just help as much as we can.
I'd say it's always great to be out in the community and representing the Rangers. And this is a real special event with the Ronald McDonald House. So proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, today was fun. It's a different format, but we'll, we come together as teammates, whether we're on the ice or off the ice. We come together. If we can help, we help. And because the Ranger fans and the community have been really good to us. So whenever we have an opportunity to give back, we give back. So thank you for giving us this opportunity today. It was fun.
Good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time on the Madison Squares.
I'd like to thank my good friend Jim Flanagan at this time. He has been so good for the Ronald McDonald's House for so many years, and I am proud to honor him as our MVP of today's Skate with the Greats.
Hey, Jimmy, it's Gravy. I just wanted to take this opportunity. You are a dear friend, and you are someone that I have a ton of respect for. You've done a wonderful job, and certainly your leadership has been so appreciated on so many fronts. And I know that I've followed that leadership both at our Hockey Helps, at Skate with the Greats and Ronald McDonald House. Congratulations on retirement, and look forward to seeing you soon. And thank you again.
Congratulations again to our MVP, Jim Flanagan from PricewaterhouseCoopers and Ronald McDonald House New York board member. Thank you for all the work you've done for this event and for the house over the years. Well, that's a wrap on Skate with the Greats for 2021. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight, and thank you once again to our presenting sponsors, RBC Capital Markets, the Garden of Dreams Foundation, the New York Rangers, Bloomberg Philanthropies, G3 Apparel Group, PricewaterhouseCoopers, AIG, Amwins, Greater New York Hospital Association, and Steve Bensinger. We'd also like to thank all of you who made a Skate with the Greats fundraising page, and to everyone out there that donated to the program. Silent auction bidding will remain open until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, and please continue to share this broadcast for those that couldn't join us live. There's still more money we can raise. Thank you for joining us, and we can't wait to see you in person out on the ice with our New York Rangers greats next year. Good night.